Did you know that turbulence is perfectly normal? It's one of the most common concerns for passengers, but pilots experience it regularly. While it can feel unsettling and may cause anxiety, planes are specifically engineered to handle turbulence. Think of it like driving over a bumpy road. It can be uncomfortable, but it's not dangerous. Pilots are trained to navigate through or around turbulence whenever possible. They utilize weather reports and real-time communication with air traffic control to find smoother altitudes. Moreover, pilots often receive updates during the flight about expected turbulence, so they can inform passengers when necessary. If you hear the seatbelt sign turn on, it's just a precautionary measure to keep everyone safe and secure. Next time you feel the plane shake, remember that it's all part of the journey, and your pilots are experienced at managing it expertly. Pilots undergo extensive pre-flight briefings before every flight, and this is not a casual affair. They dedicate considerable time to reviewing a multitude of factors, including current weather conditions, potential turbulence, and the aircraft's systems and performance metrics. This process includes detailed checks of fuel loads, weight distributions, and even special passenger needs, such as those requiring additional assistance or accommodations. Additionally, pilots discuss potential scenarios and emergency procedures with their co-pilots, reinforcing their preparation and ensuring that both crew members are aligned on their strategies. This collaborative approach not only enhances safety but also fosters a strong team dynamic in the cockpit. So, when you board your flight, know that the pilots have invested significant time and effort to ensure everything is in place for a safe journey. Contrary to popular belief, pilots aren't flying blind. They rely on a sophisticated array of instruments and air traffic control for real-time guidance throughout the flight. These instruments provide critical information about altitude, speed, navigation, and even fuel consumption. Modern aircraft are equipped with advanced technology, including GPS and automated systems, which help pilots maintain situational awareness and respond to any changes in their environment. Additionally, pilots undergo rigorous training to interpret data and make quick, informed decisions based on their instruments. They practice simulated scenarios that include equipment failures and extreme weather conditions, ensuring they're ready for any challenge. With multiple backup systems in place, they can confidently navigate through any situation. You can be assured that they know exactly where they're going and how to get there safely. You might be surprised to learn about the many safety features built into commercial aircraft that often go unnoticed by passengers. For example, planes are designed to land safely even if only one engine is functioning. This capability is crucial during emergencies and highlights the robustness of aviation engineering. Other safety features include advanced materials that can withstand high stress, multiple redundant systems for navigation and communications, and enhanced structural integrity designed to protect against severe weather. Pilots undergo extensive training to familiarize themselves with these systems and regularly participate in simulations of various emergency scenarios. This constant preparation means that if anything goes wrong, they are ready to take action. So, if you ever find yourself in a situation where something seems off, rest assured that your pilots are equipped and prepared to handle it effectively. Communication in the cockpit is essential for a smooth flight. Pilots and co-pilots maintain constant communication, checking in on each other's observations and decisions. They use standardized phrases and procedures to ensure clarity, especially in high-pressure situations where every second counts. In addition to inter-pilot communication, they frequently communicate with air traffic control to receive updates on flight paths, weather conditions, and any potential hazards along the route. This collaboration is crucial not only for safety but also for operational efficiency, allowing flights to be managed effectively. For instance, if air traffic control advises a change in altitude to avoid weather, the pilots quickly coordinate and execute the plan. Effective communication is one of the key skills pilots are trained in, and it directly impacts the safety and smooth operation of the flight. Believe it or not, your weight actually matters when it comes to flying. Pilots need to account for the total weight of passengers, luggage, and cargo to ensure the aircraft is balanced and can fly efficiently. This calculation affects fuel consumption, flight stability, and overall safety. Airlines carefully monitor this data to determine seating arrangements and load distribution, which is why you might see flight attendants ask passengers to stow their bags properly. Even small variations in weight can affect how the aircraft performs, especially during takeoff and landing. So, when you're packing for your trip, it's worth considering how your luggage might affect the flight, as well as the importance of following crew instructions for a balanced load. Crew rest is critical for safety in aviation and is strictly regulated. Pilots are required to adhere to guidelines regarding their rest periods before flights, which are designed to prevent fatigue and ensure alertness. These regulations are in place to guarantee that pilots are fully capable of handling their responsibilities. Just like any other profession that requires intense focus and precision, adequate rest is crucial for making quick, informed decisions. Airlines often implement rigorous scheduling to ensure their crews are well rested before flights, and many pilots have access to crew rest areas on long-haul flights where they can sleep and recharge. This commitment to crew well-being is vital for maintaining high safety standards and ensuring that pilots are ready for the challenges of flying. Pilots genuinely appreciate your kindness and understanding during your travels. A simple thank you or a smile can significantly impact their day. The atmosphere in the cabin can greatly influence the overall flight experience, and positive interactions between passengers and crew create a welcoming environment. When passengers express appreciation, it not only uplifts the crew but also contributes to a more enjoyable flight for everyone on board. Additionally, showing patience and understanding during delays or inconveniences fosters goodwill and makes the journey smoother for everyone involved. Remember, the crew is there to help make your experience as pleasant as possible, so a little kindness goes a long way. Continuous learning is a fundamental part of a pilot's career, and it's something they take very seriously. They undergo regular training sessions and evaluations to stay updated on the latest procedures, technology, and safety protocols. This commitment to education ensures that they're prepared for any situation that may arise in the cockpit. Many pilots also participate in simulation training to practice emergency scenarios, honing their skills and reinforcing their readiness for real-world challenges. This culture of continuous improvement not only enhances individual pilot performance but also elevates overall safety standards within the aviation industry. So, when you see pilots, remember they are always honing their craft. Finally, your safety is their top priority, and this commitment is unwavering. Every decision pilots make is focused on ensuring a safe and secure flying experience for all passengers. From pre-flight checks to in-flight decisions, they are trained to prioritize your well-being above all else. This dedication is reflected in their meticulous preparation, attention to detail, and adherence to established protocols. When you board a plane, you can rest easy knowing that your pilots are dedicated professionals who are fully committed to keeping you safe during your journey. So, as you take to the skies, trust that they have your best interests at heart, allowing you to enjoy the flight experience. Did you know that pilots often prefer to fly at higher altitudes? Generally, commercial aircraft cruise at altitudes between 30,000 and 40,000 feet. This height allows them to avoid most weather disturbances and turbulence. Additionally, flying higher means less air resistance, which helps improve fuel efficiency. When you're up there, the views can be breathtaking too, especially during sunrise or sunset. Ever wondered why planes don't just fly straight to their destination? Flight paths are determined by a complex network of airways and air traffic control regulations. Pilots must adhere to these paths for safety and efficiency. Factors like weather, air traffic, and even restricted airspace can influence the route, meaning the journey might take a bit longer than expected. Trust that your pilots are doing their best to get you there as quickly and safely as possible. Another interesting fact is that pilots can adjust the cabin pressure during a flight. The cabin is pressurized to ensure passenger comfort and safety, especially at high altitudes. Pilots are trained to manage this pressure and can make adjustments if needed. If you feel your ears popping, it's because of changes in pressure, and swallowing or yawning can help equalize it. Many passengers might not realize that there's a lot of preparation involved in landing the aircraft. Before landing, pilots conduct a thorough review of the approach procedure, weather conditions at the destination, and any potential alternate airports. They communicate with the co-pilot to ensure they're both aware of the plan. This teamwork is crucial for a smooth and safe landing, and it's one of the moments where their training shines brightest. Did you know that pilots have a unique way of dealing with distractions during a flight? They utilize a concept called sterile cockpit rules, which means that below 10,000 feet, non-essential conversations are kept to a minimum. This helps ensure that the flight crew remains focused during critical phases like takeoff and landing, where attention to detail is paramount. Pilots also have to stay updated on weather patterns and systems. They rely on real-time data from meteorological sources to make informed decisions about their flight paths. If there's a storm ahead, pilots will often change their altitude or route to avoid turbulence and ensure a smoother flight for everyone on board. Speaking of storms, pilots are trained to handle severe weather conditions. They have procedures in place to navigate around thunderstorms, which can be quite hazardous due to lightning and turbulence. Pilots use radar systems to identify storm cells and adjust their flight path accordingly. Their training includes strategies for safely maneuvering in adverse weather, so you can trust that they'll prioritize your safety. You might be surprised to learn that pilots have to undergo regular health checks to maintain their flying licenses. These medical examinations ensure that they are physically and mentally fit to operate an aircraft. They undergo tests for vision, hearing, and even psychological assessments to make sure they can handle the stresses of flying and remain alert during long hours in the cockpit. Ever notice how pilots sometimes seem to have a strong camaraderie with the flight attendants? This is no coincidence. Flight crews train together and often build strong relationships over time. Their teamwork is vital for creating a safe and pleasant flying experience. When pilots and flight attendants communicate effectively, it leads to better service for passengers and a smoother operation overall. Finally, did you know that pilots often have a passion for flying that goes beyond their job? Many pilots become pilots because of a lifelong love of aviation. They enjoy the thrill of flying and often spend their free time flying smaller aircraft or participating in aviation-related activities. This passion fuels their dedication to their profession and enhances their skills, ensuring that they remain committed to providing the best experience for passengers. Many pilots are also certified in advanced navigation systems, which include GPS and inertial navigation systems. This training allows them to accurately determine their position even in areas with limited radar coverage. It's a crucial skill that enhances safety, especially in remote regions. Pilots receive extensive training in emergency protocols, including how to respond to engine failures or cabin depressurization. These scenarios are practiced in simulators, allowing them to remain calm and composed during real-life emergencies. Interestingly, pilots often have a dedicated set of checklists they follow for every phase of the flight. These checklists help ensure that all procedures are followed correctly and nothing is overlooked, enhancing overall safety. Did you know that pilots also monitor their fuel consumption closely? They receive continuous updates on fuel levels and calculations regarding how much fuel is needed to reach their destination. If fuel levels are lower than expected, they can make real-time decisions to reroute or adjust their flight plan. Pilots often use a technique called cruise altitude optimization to save fuel. They can adjust their altitude during the flight to take advantage of favorable winds, which can significantly reduce fuel consumption and flying time. Another lesser-known fact is that pilots have to deal with time zone changes frequently. This means they must be adept at calculating the local time at their destination and adjusting their internal clocks, which can be challenging, especially on long-haul flights. Pilots sometimes have to adjust their flying style based on the type of aircraft they're piloting. Different planes handle differently, so their approach to flying and landing may vary based on the aircraft's design and specifications. Did you know that pilots often develop strong relationships with regular passengers? Frequent flyers sometimes develop rapport with the crew, making the flying experience more enjoyable. These personal connections can enhance the travel experience for everyone on board. A common misconception is that pilots fly solo in the cockpit. In reality, there are always at least two crew members present, typically a captain and a first officer, to ensure safety and provide checks and balances during the flight. Flight simulators play a significant role in pilot training. These advanced simulators replicate real flying conditions and allow pilots to practice maneuvers and emergency procedures without the risks associated with actual flying. Thanks for joining me on this journey through the fascinating world of aviation secrets. If you enjoyed these insights, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends.